I'm slightly sad about it, actually. But
Well, if you're sad about it, why are you doing it?
I think possessions kind of weigh you down. They're kind of an attack vector. You know, they'll say, "Hey, billionaire, you got all this stuff." Like, well, now I don't have stuff. Now what are you gonna do?
And Elon Musk says that he tried to get a meeting with Apple CEO Tim Cook back in 2018 to pitch him on the idea of buying Tesla. Musk says, though, that Cook would not even agree to a meeting. Tesla has increased in value about tenfold since then.
When Elon Musk tried selling Tesla. So, you're a billionaire with a love for car production and an even bigger love for memes. You have a formidable reputation in business and technology, a kid with an alien name on the way, and a history of partaking in Reddit culture. You are anything but normal. Things usually seem to go your way, as the face of success for many people who check the news. But what if crap hits the fan and your beloved car company hits a rough patch? Would you sell it to save the company's life? More so, would you sell it to the biggest phone company, Apple? The man who lived through this, Elon Musk, actually tried to sell Tesla to Apple back in 2018. You've probably heard a thing or two about Tesla from a bunch of people on the internet, such as vlogger David Dobrik, who is personal friends with Musk, and is practically a walking advertisement for the popular car company because he gives away their autos to his friends, and even random strangers like they're candy. But if you haven't bumped into the luxury electric car brand yet, here's a little background for you. Teslas have a bit of a reputation for being expensive, but with good reason. These cars' unique selling point is that they're completely powered by electricity, meaning the vehicles won't emit any harmful gases into the ozone layer. They also have a ton of features, like the ability to put the cars on autopilot and having no torque, so you get instant acceleration the moment you step on the pedal. The bad news is it takes a lot of money to produce electric cars, and a lot of infrastructure to do it well. Back in the days where humanity was obsessed with future technology, Tesla was already one step ahead. It was founded in 2003 by a group of engineers who were pretty enthusiastic about the concept of electric vehicles and their convenience due to the lack of gasoline used. The company focuses solely on electric automobiles, but also emphasizes the priority of clean energy. Tesla has a lot of unique selling points, like software for their cars, highly efficient batteries, and sporty and fast cars. One of their biggest sources of pride and joy is their Gigafactories, which is a huge factory designed to lower battery cell costs by a large margin, making it more cost-effective compared to other electric vehicle brands. Tesla even has the biggest network of electric charging stations in the world and have been slowly producing more affordable cars by the year. So, why would Tesla ever have to be bailed out by Apple? Why would Elon Musk try to sell shares of his company for a tenth of its current value? Tesla seems like a well-grounded vehicle company that has a number of loyal consumers, or at least that's what it seems on the surface level. With every company, business, and just life in general, there are ups and downs. For our friend Elon, 2017 was a definite down for him. Things were just not looking all that great for the company. In fact, it was just weeks away from potential bankruptcy. Tesla's financial problems have been the subject of many news stories over the past several years, but founder Elon Musk said that the situation had been more dire than the public understood at the time. The Tesla CEO is not one to wear his heart on his sleeve very often, but he confessed that he was thinking about selling his beloved company to shoot up the market value more than all the other top 9 automakers combined. A pretty ambitious plan indeed, but it was a plan that did not go the direction he was so set on. People may remember 2017 differently, but for Musk, he remembers the nightmarish year very vividly. It was all thanks to the production of Model 3, which was reportedly made through blood, sweat, tears, and even bare hands seeing how it was handmade. Even though Model S production hit an alright plateau, Model 3 production wasn't doing as good as anticipated, since it was still in the low hundreds per month due to a variety of problems the company was facing. Model 3 was beginning to look like Tesla's biggest flop. If Model 3 production wasn't already a pain in the ass as it is, there were also issues with battery assembly, steel welding, and paint. The scheduling for parts to arrive for half-completed cars from suppliers was completely off as well, and even the finished cars needed repaint because of a bunch of mistakes in the construction of the painting process. The big cherry on top of all of this was the way the battery was put together, which was a huge problem during the initial creation of Model 3. The whole thing was a mess, and to make matters worse, they were losing more money trying to push this whole Model 3 idea rather than making money selling it. In 2018, Elon announced to the public that the car business was hell, and that he was sleeping at the factory as he tried to solve the problems in mass producing his Model 3 electric car. He didn't have any other choice. His entire company was on the line for production hell mistakes. Everything that he built from the ground up could be taken away in the blink of an eye. It was during the June of 2018 where the Model 3 production just reached a ballpark level of its projected monthly volume, producing a steady 5,000 cars a week. Despite all that, during the fall of 2017, Tesla was still struggling financially, with Musk forced to break the news to investors that the vehicle company was single-digit weeks away from having empty pockets. This was what prompted him to sell the automaker to Apple as a last resort, and maybe a couple of other major automakers we were left in the dark about. In fact, that was just one of the times Tesla went bankrupt. Back in 2008, Tesla had to get down on their knees and beg for a $40 million loan to save their asses in time. The thing about Tesla and Apple's relationship is that they often share the same talent. They've always competed scouting for skill even beyond Silicon Valley. Musk once referred to Apple as the Tesla graveyard, because if employees didn't make it to Tesla, they'd be going to Apple instead. An example of their competitive nature against each other is Apple hiring Tesla engineer chief Doug Field, who happened to be a former Apple employee, back to the company in July 2018, following scores of other employees. It's as if both companies are rotating their employees left and right like some juggling act performed by two parties. Tesla admitted in a CNBC interview in a statement about Apple's ability to snatch key employees from right under their noses, "Tesla is the hard path. We have 100 times less money than Apple, so of course they can afford to pay more. We are in extremely difficult battles against entrenched auto companies that make 100 times more cars than we did last year, so of course this is very hard work." Musk's comment reports that Apple is working on developing an electric car with advanced battery technology, just like Tesla, but probably even better seeing as how Apple has an astronomical budget compared to Tesla's. So, did Apple end up buying Tesla? How did Tim Cook react to Elon's idea of selling Tesla shares to the iPhone company? If you were Tim Cook, would you have bought 10% of the shares of your rival company? As for Apple, the answer was no. Tim Cook, the current CEO of Apple, didn't even take jumping on a meeting with Musk into consideration, despite the fact that in 2013, Apple was interested in the acquisition of Tesla. Musk tweeted on December 22, 2020, "During the darkest days of the Model 3 program, I reached out to Tim Cook to discuss the possibility of Apple acquiring Tesla for 1/10 of our current value. He refused to take the meeting." Back in 2018, Tesla's market value was about $60 billion, a 1/12 of its current value now. As of 2021, Tesla comfortably sits at about $730 billion in market capitalization, the 5th most valuable company in Silicon Valley. If Apple bought $6 billion worth of shares, it would be worth $73 billion today, just 3 years later. One may wonder why Apple refused the offer. I'm guessing that Tim Cook's interest in the EV industry was something he wanted to tackle himself. Since Apple started designing its own vehicle in 2014, referred to as Project Titan, it has progressed unevenly. According to a report, the car could eventually be built by an outside manufacturer. Media reports of Apple attempting to build its own car have come into fruition just this 2021, after years of stagnant progress. So there's reason to believe that perhaps Apple just wanted Tesla to fail outright. It's not surprising that Musk approached Apple. After struggling at first with sales, Musk struck a deal with his friend Larry Page's Google company to buy Tesla in 2013, according to his 2015 biography. Ashley Vance writes in her book that the deal was cancelled after a massive sales campaign paid off. Model S orders had saved Tesla's finances, in part thanks to staff from the design, engineering, finance, and other departments being turned out of their offices to clinch sales. What happened to Tesla during Model 3's production hell? Did they pull through and survive? How is the company doing right now? Well, as I mentioned before, Tesla is now worth $730 billion in market capitalization. If that's any testimony to success, increasing your stock price up 1,200% over 3 years, then I don't know what is. As for the Model 3, the car has been continually en route to being shipped and has been received by hundreds of thousands of customers already. Tesla's struggles seem like ancient history today. With how successful it's currently doing, it's pretty laughable that at some point Elon almost sold his soul, aka his beloved company, to the devil itself, Apple. Tesla reported record profits, a strong profit margin, and strong cash flows recently. With shares of Tesla, TSLA, surging more than 400% this year, the stock has responded in kind. That's a huge turn up from what the company's state used to be in just a couple of years back. From going bankrupt on multiple occasions and having to sleep in Tesla's headquarters, to now having Elon's net worth reach all-time highs. Musk has definitely come a long way. Running a small business is already hard as it is. I can't even imagine what it's like running a whole multi-billion electric vehicle company. I guess in some ways oversharing on Twitter about your company's state may be therapeutic, or should I say, electrifying.